So I made a slide here. We're going to be reviewing every planet by slide. And in Vedic astrology, we use lunar astrology. So there's the 27 constellations or 27 nakshatras. We're going to be reviewing not only where the planet falls when it comes to the 12 solar signs, which is what most of you are familiar with, but we're also going to be we're going to be zooming in into the nakshatras and the impact these nakshatras are going to be having, when it comes to destiny. So here we're starting off with Jupiter in Aries in 2024. Until February 3rd, Jupiter is going to be in the constellation of Ashwini. Ashwini is symbol of horse head, and it is ruled by planet K2. So what does this mean? It means that during this time we're going to be healing very adamantly with positivity karmas from the past life. So you will see that a lot of cycles are closing for you in a very positive way. So it's almost like many things that were left undone or are said in a past life. We have the inspiration to close those in a very positive way, and then we get the power to reach things or to reach goals that we wanted in a past life and that we couldn't do. So all of those things are going to become clear and apparent for us. We're going to find that courage, right, to see where cycles ended last life and where the new story or the new chapter begins. This works in every level. It works in the level of relationships. It works in the level of work or projects. Then from February 3rd till April 15th, that same planet Jupiter is going to be still in Aries, so it's still lorded by Mars, but the particularity of that transit is going to go into a constellation called Bharani. And the difference that we're going to see with Bharani is, of course, that Bharani is ruled by Venus instead of Ketu. So even though it is a much lighter energy, less existential, we're dealing with less things that are coming in from the past. We will be dealing now with the power to cleanse our impurities. And it is a nakshatra that brings in a lot of passion. So we will notice, of course, the difference between Jupiter being in Ashwini, which is a karmic cycle, closing cycles and opening new cycles, with the renewed energy of Bharani, which is the full open cycle. And the power here is to bring forward desires and bring forward, the next chapter in our life. Again, Jupiter being in Aries is very positive. Now for a few years, we have been going through many trials as humanity, and it's almost like there was nothing new, and we felt very stagnant. Now with the power of Jupiter in Aries, we'll be feeling like, once again, we have that hunger and that enthusiasm to go forward in life and, participate in new projects and new endeavors. That's going to happen, while Jupiter is in Aries. Now remember that astrology is all about relationship, and we have to ask ourselves, right? During the time where Jupiter is going to be in Aries, where is Mars? Because Mars is the lord of Aries. So usually what we see is that when there's a combination where the lord of a certain sign is in dignity or is in a friendly sign, it calls for a lot of success, right? So here we see that Mars is going to be exalted in Capricorn, and it'll be lording Aries, a friendly sign for Jupiter. So I think, as an overall prediction between February and March of this year, we're going to be seeing very strong energy of manifestation. If you know a little bit of Chinese astrology, you will be familiar with the fact that the year has been termed as a dragon year, so there's a lot of emerging positive yang energy. Whatever was stored, whatever we've been learning, is preparing us to be discharged. So you can see it a little bit as, the first thunder in spring, when the first storms come, that, it's a loud thunder, right? What calls out for the new life, and that's how we know that life is about to begin again. So, in the same way, you may expect some thunder in the beginning of the year, but try to see it as a positive thing, not a negative thing. And then, from that point onwards, we do have the conjunction of Mars and Venus in Capricorn in the middle of February. So while Jupiter is in Aries, that is a hot time. And it is, of course, a time where we're going to see many changes. And the final thing that we have to say about Jupiter is that Jupiter is going to move to Krittika on May 1st. So that's the final transit into a new nakshatra of Jupiter. And Krittika is compared to a blade or a sword, it can be. So it is definitely a Tiksha nakshatra, is a nakshatra that cuts. And it has the Dahana Shakti, which is the power to burn away negativity or to get to the deepest truths. So once again, we have a bit of an existential period, but the difference is that, compared to Ashwini, where we're closing cycles and opening new ones, here I think we know what we want, and it's just we have to deal with maybe the self-doubt that we may have, because the nakshatra belongs to the sun. So the sun is radiant and self-evident and powerful, and it moves directionally. So always remember that Jupiter is the great benefic. Jupiter is always here to help us. In this case, Jupiter is going to be throwing aspects in its triangular form, as it usually does, and it'll be doing so in fire signs. So if you have your sun, your ascendant, or your moon in Aries, that is going to be great for you. The same for people that have their moon or their sun in Leo. And the same thing for the people that are dominated by maybe a Sagittarius ascendant, a sun in Sagittarius, or the moon in Sagittarius. So overall, until May 1st, you still have that excellent input of Jupiter working in your favor. Of course, Jupiter aspects as well, Libra. So if you have your ascendant or any important planet in your chart that may be in Libra, you'll be very infused with very positive energy. It's almost like the universe is going to be whispering enthusiasm and belief in you. You will get it from an external source. Usually what transits do is they set the tone of the world or of the universe to externally motivate you. So you will get that energy from outside of yourself. Whereas for example, with Saturn, he tends to hold back energy so that you may show what it is that you have inside. So we will visit Saturn next, and I will make predictions based on that. But when it comes to the part that belongs to Jupiter, that the beginning of the year is going to be, pretty active, and there's a lot of energy, like even a thunderous energy, to go forward and move ahead with whatever is new. So by now, everything that we received during the pandemic and all the drama that came after should be mostly digested karmically, and we should have figured something out, how to move forward, and how to make a life and how to build a life in a positive way. So we've all been through that process. We've all been through those trials and challenges, but here we are. We came out wiser, stronger, and with a renewed enthusiasm to build a beautiful life based on the values that we have found worthy within us. And we go forward.